This is Smithy.tv.
Hey, I'm Kenny Robinson. This is Breaking Down the News. Thank you if you're returned visitors, and if you're here for the very first time checking us out, we thank you even more than that. We promise it won't hurt. Today, my guest is perhaps one of my favorite comics working in the city today, and since I don't go out of town often, I have to say, therefore, all of Canada. Goes by the name of Paulie Walnuts, otherwise Paul Thompson. Thank you for being here, Paul.
Thank you.
I love this guy. You know, a lot of the comics that are not of the visible minority have you know, they circle me. Can I do the Nubian show? Can I do the Nubian show? I'm going, First time I seen this cat work, I knew I wanted him on the show. So I don't know if I can give you a higher praise than that, but I mean.
Amazing.
So you just, first of all, there's so many things can be said about you. Okay, I mean, you do the hip hop thing.
Yeah.
You rap, you spit, you improvise, you do all that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But basically, you're probably known as the king of the pot club scene.
Yeah.
You and Mike Rita.
Yeah. Yeah. We do lots of them for sure.
So was that something? How did you wind up doing the pot gigs to start with?
I was interested with it. I'm not even like a guy who smokes like crazy amounts of weed. People are sometimes disappointed. I smoke every day, but I'm not like Mike Rita's like all day every day. You know what I mean? But
Right.
I mean, and I'm not even. I don't talk too much about weed when I'm there and stuff. I just I was working with Joey at Clan for a while, and I don't know, just the type. I just always liked the rooms, right? So I worked at Vape on the Lake with my friend Shane, and naturally just like opened up a show there, and then having a weekly there, and kind of being one of those people that understands how the room works. Then I do all of them. I do Vapor Central and stuff
See,
like that.
but now all pot rooms are not the same.
No room is the same, right? But there's a similarity in the sense that like you always hear with pot rooms is people are always going to say that people who haven't been to them think they might be really easy, but comedians who have been to them realize they're like, well, they always say the same thing. If they're smiling, they're laughing, they're a tough crowd, which isn't true because you can murder a pot room. You just gotta give it more. You know what I mean?
I find, okay, like I haven't done Vape Central. I've performed at Vape on the Lake.
Yeah.
Which and then I love Joey's Room.
Yeah, that's
what name is it going by now? The
Underground Comedy Club, I guess.
Underground Comedy Club.
Yeah.
And what was it called before?
Clandestiny.
Clandestiny. I like the name Clandestiny. I like Joey's Room because it's dark.
Yeah.
And it's funky.
Yep.
And you enter through the beaded curtains and then through the door.
Yeah.
And you feel like you're entering somewhere where you shouldn't be.
Yeah, like a speakeasy or something.
Yeah, it is definitely speakeasy feeling. And if you have a girlfriend with you or a first date, you understand if you got to kind of drag her in or if she turns and runs out.
Right, yeah.
You know, but also I find the audiences, they're smarter. I find them hip. I find they'll sit there and they'll let you...
quiet, for sure.
Yeah, and they respond, but they'll give you the time to create and develop the material in front of them.
Big time.
Whereas I find with Vape on the Lake, it's very, almost too clean.
Yeah.
Too, you know, like they got the big comfortable leather seats everywhere.
Yeah.
And the TV screens.
For sure.
And they've got the signs, no dealing, no fishing. They got
Yeah.
more rules than a pot club should have. You know? I mean,
Yeah.
are we underground or are we underground?
Yeah,
How can we be underground with these rules?
I hear you.
You know?
But Joey's is hidden in the back, and this is like right out there, right?
Yeah.
So, you know.
I kind of like to still keep my shit in the dark.
No, I do too.
I like it. You know, like, if it's
That's the
illegal,
best.
I want it right in the back.
Yeah. Oh, big time. That's the best. I love Joey's room. That's my favorite room ever.
Oh, is it your favorite room as well?
Easily.
Okay.
Yeah, easily my favorite room I've ever.
And what do you find the difference between between the mainstream clubs and say the spot rooms? I mean, as opposed to alcohol versus marijuana.
I mean, I would almost take Joey's aside from this. I think that they're like, if there's a full room there, they're very warm. It's like one of the warmest, nicest crowds. But I mean, I would say always my comparison with the weed rooms is they'll laugh. You can kill. You can build momentum. You can get applause breaks. Everything people think is impossible, it's like fantastic because it is. You know.
Right.
But it's harder, and there's because they're high. I honestly
think because they're on the delay. I mean, like I heard like the one room. The kids out there, the audience, they just get too fried in vape.
Sure, but to me, that's never the case, and I don't think. Some people would think that because they're high, they're a little bit tired, and that's why they're not laughing and stuff like that. I honestly think it's because they overanalyze. They sense if you drop something that's cheesy that you might get away with at a club,
Mm-hmm.
it'll just go in one ear and out the other. They need truthful, funny, and when something's truthful, that's where you can really build there, because you're like, wow, I'm working on something. That's you can add 3 minutes to something that was only 30 seconds.
Right.
They'll sense the truth, right? So I just think it's a tougher audience, and I always compare it to like the weed rooms. To me, it's when you see the guy at the baseball game and he's got the weight on the bat, right?
Yeah.
And he's swinging. That's why I'll like lay off from Yuck Yucks for a few months, but when I go back to Yuck Yucks, it feels like I'm taking the weight off the bat, because
You're swinging early on the pitch and fouling everything.
No, I'm home run city. That's it. Yeah.
Well, the one thing about the pot rooms, it's like I find like vape. I find myself very frustrated there.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas with the clandestiny, like the clandestiny, I can sit back, I can tell stories that my mom told me about the jazz heroes.
Right.
That when they come through Winnipeg and the shit they did.
Right.
Whereas I think it was Christmas Eve, I was trying to tell the audience at Vape about how my uncle Pretty Smitty used to smuggle weed up from the States when he worked on the trains.
Yeah.
And it just kind of like. And then I kind of realized, well, these guys have got I thought they were hitmen for a minute. They're pulling these $600 or $700 pipes out of attaché cases.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of going, well, how do you spend? I know guys that got $700 cars. How do you blow $700 on a pipe?
They got more expensive than that. I've seen $30,000 ones.
What?
Yeah, we got them at Vape on the Lake.
And people live in them?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, but who can? You got to go commit a crime to a $30,000 pipe.
I don't understand.
What does it do? Does it not like leave the smell of marijuana on you, or
No,
does it
it's
guarantee you don't have like disformed sperm, or
It's
what?
functional art. That's what they say, right?
Functional art. I never heard such bullshit.
No.
And how many buyers do they have for a $30,000 pipe?
They'll get them.
Oh, that's insane. That's why this should be never. Whatever happened to like making one out of an apple core or a pipe out of a pop can?
I think the kids are still doing that, But
Yeah.
I think eventually you graduate to a level of, I'll never get to that point. I'm never going to spend over $100 on a smoking apparatus.
$100 on a smoking. I thought I was pimped because I used to get the colored rolling papers back in the 80s.
I know.
With the American flag on it.
Yeah,
I thought
yeah,
this
yeah.
was really subversive.
Yeah.
Or I'd have the shocking pink ones so the chicks would recognize me, or the leopard print ones.
Yeah.
And then my friends were going, "You're putting fucking chemicals in your body with all that."
Yeah. They're making that illegal, apparently, I heard. That they're making, because they have the blunts were illegal, and now they're making the flavored ones illegal, too. In like a month or two.
You mean like the flavored cigars?
Any flavored
Papers?
rolling paper will be illegal. So now you can just get straight zigzags. That would be it.
Going back as far as 69, 70, the kids I knew in Chicago, there was a place called Radical Rags, and they sold, like secondhand army jackets, which you had to have in 1969.
Yeah.
And headbands and posters and black lights.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we used to get the rolling papers that were flavored, and the kids would just suck on the papers. So you had a crush on this girl in your classroom, and you look over there, and she smiles, and she's got like pink teeth, and you're kind of going, but then I'm going, man, I wish I could try some of those pink papers. Maybe she'd dig me, But I think she only dug the cats that had the stuff to put in the papers afterwards.
Yeah, exactly.
So you just came back from England. I thought we were never going to see you again.
I know, me too.
Did you like kick your cat to the curb and gave away all your worldly possessions only to have to come back sooner?
Pretty much, yeah.
What happened, bro?
100%. I thought I would stay longer, but it was expensive, first of all, right? But, I mean, also it wasn't, it's really good, I recommend it to a lot of people, but it's a different kind of audience,
Like you found there's, like I always heard in England, there's gold in them there hills.
There is, and there's a lot of money to be made in England, right? But I found it was more almost not the way they were reacting to my material that I brought over there, but it was like, it was the material I was writing there. They really, really like simple jokes, right? Like they want to hear the joke. They want this punchline, right?
Well, some, yeah.
And there's people that are doing theaters over there that are like very storytelling style. But from what I was getting in a lot of the rooms, they were very much so they like punchline. They like it, and I found myself starting to write like that, and I don't want to write like that. And I don't know. I thought about it, and I started watching videos and asking people about New York and people about LA, not to go there, but just to reaffirm like
that you
I really like
invested
Toronto.
In the right move.
Yeah, but it was really that it hit me that it was like Toronto is the place for me, And the thing is like it's for me, This was a personal, like,
Yeah.
for me.
Because like I know the comedy scene in Britain, they love their comedy. They come out in
They
groves for
love it.
but they're also connoisseurs. It's like, you know, if you go
Yeah.
there and you try to say, gee, I don't know which money to use, they're kind of like, boo!
Yeah, yeah.
You know, or if
yeah.
you say, gee, I almost got hit looking the wrong way with your crazy traffic here.
Right, yeah.
It's like, we've heard this before by every other fucking Yank that came here.
For sure. I think, I don't know, I would still say that they're definitely behind on where Toronto is. I think they're behind on us. There was a lot more simple.
And did you hook up with any of the Canadians that you knew while you were there?
Yeah, yeah.
Who'd you see?
I saw Bobby Mayer.
Bobby Mayer? Now, how's he kicking it? What'd you see? You see the I hear he's just growing.
He's
huge over there.
Huge.
Uh-huh.
Huge. Can't walk the street with him without having somebody stop him.
Wow.
Like that.
And riff-wise, what's different? Have you seen any changes, or is Bobby still
It's
Bobby?
the same thing. Bobby's he's tighter. So like I say, right? So
Yeah.
he's doing jokes. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he finds a flow, and I'm sure his Edinburgh show will be like, you know, it's more of a flow. But from what I saw, is he'd be tight. He would do jokes, but he's still very dark, dirty, like, awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Bobby.
Okay,
Like,
so you
awesome.
saw Bobby Mayer there, so we know that he's still doing well?
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh,
who
yeah.
else?
Who else? Man.
It's like, I know, like, when I worked there, Glenn Wool was there, and then
Yeah.
Vince Fluke. These are older cats.
Yeah.
But then, you know, then Vaudry would pop in. Then Tom Stade would show up.
Right.
You know,
none of
so-
those guys. I don't know, actually. I know that there was, like, I know John Hastings is over there, but I never ran into Hastings.
Yeah.
Dylan got moved right when I left.
Mhm.
That's it. Adam Jamal was over there, and he
Okay.
still is over there, so he's loving it, right?
Yeah.
But it's just, honestly, I just love Toronto.
Okay.
And I left loving Toronto, but
Oh,
I
you didn't
like-
leave with a fuck you, I ain't never coming
No,
back to your
no,
town,
no,
man.
no, no.
You-
I love Toronto. I have a
Okay.
lot of love for Toronto. A lot of
Alright.
love. I mean, right when I finished high school, I packed up and moved here by myself.
Where from?
From Ottawa.
Okay, well, Ottawa, shit.
Yeah.
Most people try to leave Ottawa when they're still in the womb.
Right, exactly.
know,
And I wanted
so-
to move to Toronto my whole life. Like, I always just knew I love Toronto. But it was a good thing to do. I thought I would stay there for maybe a year or two, and it was like, no, you know? There's the... I find...
It's tough there.
Yeah, and there's just certain stuff that I think I can only get in Toronto, and I really, really am onto something with it. That's what I think. I think the weed room thing is really helping me grow.
Do they have weed rooms in London?
No, never.
What?
Never. It was really weird. That was another thing. Like,
Not
I
in
can't-
Rocky London town?
No. And if I talked about weed there, even if I'm building momentum and I'm killing, once I start talking about weed, they all go quiet.
Well, because they're a drinking culture. That's what I'm told when I'm there.
But the thing was they'd all go quiet and they'd all go silent and nobody would laugh, and I'd have 10, 15 people come up to me after and be like, bruv, the thing about the joint, spot on. I just can't, you know, I don't want people to.
No.
So it's like they don't want to laugh out loud. They stay quiet, like, oh, I don't know what he's
Oh,
talking
so
about.
you were bringing out that still illegal contraband kind of
Yeah,
material.
so they're very high. Like, everybody there, if you ask, they're like, yeah, of course. Like, they all smoke weed, but they're just like, but, you know, don't
We
say
ain't
it so
talking
loud.
about it.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, man.
I know.
So, well, I'm glad you're back in Toronto,
Yeah,
and you
me
say
too.
you got love for Toronto. Toronto's got love for you.
I know.
And I do believe that you're going to be the prince of this city someday.
I hope so.
You know,
I hope so.
like I said, you just won some rap battle with somebody.
Yeah.
Now, what happened there?
So
We're gonna wrap this up when we get this story.
I
Wrap
guess
it up. Get it?
I always liked watching rap battles. Like, I love watching rap battles. Like,
Okay.
big time. Like, probably watch like one a day. And there's a huge culture there. And these guys are like, it's
He
getting
never
to
makes
like,
you think you're black or anything by.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. A lot of that happening lately, but.
I know, and that's where I have the confidence to approach the rap battle, because all these like white guys, that's what they are. They're all the same cookie cutter. So I'm like, I know I'm different. That always was one of the things that like made me not nervous about rap. Is I'd be nervous to go to a show, and like Chris and I opened for Choclair once, and it was a big deal. And you show up, and it's all the same white guys, and they're all like, yo, that's my crew over, and you're all just like, you're not being yourself.
Right.
And that's gonna reflect in your art. So you're all gonna sound the same, and we're gonna stand out, and you know. So yeah, I just always wanted to do a rap battle, and I rap battle like my whole life growing up, but that would be on the spot freestyle. Like, you know, I can freestyle. We'd be at a party and drinking and like battle against this guy, and we'll do it there, you know. But the rap battles now have grown to like you study this guy. You look on their Facebook. We have 4 weeks in advance, and it's like, to me, I'm like, that was kind of like boxing. It's like cool. It's like training for an opponent. You know what I mean? It was very nerve-wracking for me. Every time I'm walking alone, I'm thinking about this guy, and I'm thinking about more things I can say. And I wrote it out, and it was just...
Like if his grandmother had her leg amputated, that gets thrown
like
in there.
anything, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know, like I was deleting pictures off my Facebook of like
So
my
there's no
mom and my
weaknesses.
sister and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, but it was really good, and yeah, I'll probably do it again.
Well, we got to wrap this up. I have to say the one thing that I really loved the first time you did the Nubian show, because anytime a white comic comes on stage,
Yeah.
there's always that moment of, what has Kenny given us this time?
Right.
And sometimes it rocks, and other times they're kind of going like, you must have known him a long time.
Yeah.
But you came out and you basically just punched me right in the chin with your first line. You came out and you went, I hate white people.
Right.
And then the audience is like, we hate white people. What do you mean you hate me? You know, and you did the whole thing about, you know, the shitty food your mother fed you in the microwave.
Yeah.
And then the curry goat, how you take a, and then what was the one you had about black people may beat their children, but when white people discipline their children?
Oh yeah, black people aren't the only people that beat their kids, right? I'm like, just when you do it in public, right? White people, when you get beat, that's why Kids Help Phone Line exists. It's behind closed doors. We missed 3 days of school.
Yeah.
Pretty
Didn't
dark,
you have a search party for them where the pictures on posts looking for them?
Yeah.
And I'm howling because I'm just going, oh man, that is so vicious and so cut to the bone, you know. Cold-blooded is what it is.
I know, yeah.
You know, because you talk about these people that, yes, his child was found in a suitcase.
Yeah.
And in a duffel bag and in a dumpster. You know?
Yeah.
Why did you kill your child? Well, I just shook him and he stopped breathing. You know?
Right,
so
right.
you kind of went beyond anything there.
Yeah.
And I think the audience responded to you so well because you came out, like some white comics will come, yes, I know. Or, gee, now I know how you feel at a Klan meeting or something like that. But you just came out totally spit in the other direction.
Right,
you know?
right.
So that's why you my main motherfucker when it comes to that, you know? So,
that wasn't actually the first time I did. I always forget that. That wasn't the first time I did Nubian show.
You did the rap things with
and that was
with Chris Rock.
Because
Chris Robinson.
Chris Robinson. But we were doing our song.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool that like we were doing our song and then we started getting booed.
Yeah.
And then I told him to cut it, and I started freestyling.
Yeah.
And brought it back to boom, boom.
Oh yeah, it could have been curtains for you then.
Yeah, overtime.
But I mean, I talked about the first time that you went out and just did stand.
Yeah. But stand up.
Because just the thing you did with grabbing the items from the audience and improvising, and I mean, that alone would have always had you on an anniversary show or a big show. I need to have. Right. So,
but it was important to prove myself in stand up as well, right?
Hey,
so.
you don't have a doubter in me. You got to be a believer in me.
Yeah.
So, anyway, folks, we're gonna have to wrap this stuff up about comedy and rap and the underground scene, and found out there is no London Underground. So even though they do have the tube.
Yeah, that's
anyway, this has been breaking down the news. I'm Kenny Robinson. This is Paul Thompson. You can see him in an illegal establishment somewhere near you. Check you later.